Welcome to Java Space. In this video, we are going to talk about Spring Data, JPA, the dependency that will help you or that makes Spring Data JPA to be Spring Data JPA. Or I would say the dependency that will give you everything that we have talked about in the previous video. So if you add this dependency, you're in the Spring Boot, you add this dependency, you have all the state-of-the-art features that will enable you to query your repositories. You don't write any implementation code. Everything is implemented for you by Spring. So I want us to look at what this dependency brings into the class path for us. So I'm just going to pick a random, this is my Spring Boot application. So I'm gonna go into POM file here. I'm gonna look for Spring Data dependency. There you go. So what I wanna do, I'm gonna control click on this. So we wanna see what it has. So the first dependency we see it has is Spring Boot Starter AOP. Then we have Spring Boot Starter JDBC. Then we have Hibernate, as we mentioned by default. Then we have Spring Data JPA. Then we have Spring Aspect. Okay, let's look at what is inside Spring Data JPA. So as you can see, we have Spring Data Commons, ORM, obviously because that's JPA, Object Relational Mapping, we have Context, we have Spring AOP, we have Spring Transactions, we have Spring Beans, we have Spring Instrument, and Aspect J, we have HSQLDB, we have H2 database, MySQL, Postgres, and many more. So although you see the scope is different, but that's what we have in Spring Data JPA. Let's see what we have in Spring Boot Starter JDBC. We have Spring Boot Starter, we have Hikari, which is the one that if you can watch my series on Spring Transactions, I mentioned that Hikari becomes a default pooling mechanism that Spring now uses. In Spring 1, they were using Tomcat. So then you have Spring JDBC. You can go on and look at what each one of them has. So yeah, in terms of dependencies, you can already see that Spring Data JPA pulls like a number of dependencies for you into the class path, which then now helps in configuring all these things. Obviously you have some auto configuration also. Obviously it comes here, Spring Boot Starter, there is an auto configuration. So we see that now you will get auto configuration of like beans that are required for you to to be able to write those instant repositories, as you will see as we continue with the series.